But first, let's get the latest on the uprising in Egypt from Sharif Kouddous, senior producer for Democracy Now!, joining us tonight via phone from Cairo, Egypt. Sharif, good to have you with us tonight. I think what Americans really want to know, is there any way that Mubarak is going to be able to survive this?
Well, Ed, today tens of thousands of protesters gathered in Tahrir Square in the third day of defiance of a military curfew here in Cairo. They are calling on the ouster of the Mubarak regime. Their demands have not changed since this uprising began 1 week ago on January 25th. They're calling for the removal of this political order that has repressed them, that's kept them poor, that's kept them hungry, and that's completely silenced their voices. And what we've seen in this past week is their voices being heard for the first time in more than 30 years of this repressive regime. They are sure that they will not stop this revolt until Mubarak is ousted. Just hours from now, I'm speaking to you, and it's 5 a.m. Right now in Cairo. The streets are empty. Cairo is quiet, but in 4 hours from now, hundreds of thousands of people are expected to gather in Tahrir Square, just a couple of hundred yards from where I'm speaking to you right now, for the biggest march yet in this uprising. They want Mubarak to step down. They want his regime to be ousted. They're calling on people like Omar Suleiman, who's his vice president, and Ahmed Shafiq, who's named as prime minister, to also go.
Yeah.
And they want some kind of transitional government to steer the country to free and fair elections. That is all that they are calling for. They're calling for the right to pick their own government.
Sharif, do you get a sense that the people of Egypt who are involved in these protests want more from the United States as far as action?
What I've heard on the streets, Ed, is that all they want is to be left alone to decide their own leader. They do not want meddling from the United States. If anything, they want the Obama administration to join them in the calls for Mubarak to step down. But in terms of them moving forward, this is an Egyptian issue, and it should be dealt with by Egyptians. They are very wary of the support that the United States has given to the Mubarak regime over the last 30 years, billions of dollars in aid. It's the second biggest recipient of aid from the United States, or second only to Israel. And people here are very wary of that. This is not an anti-American rally by any means. You don't see any burning of American flags or anything like that.
Yeah.
These are people calling for democracy, and they want to be able to pick their own government and have a representative government that they feel they have a right to, and they do after so many years of repression.
Sharif Kouddous, thanks for that report tonight on the ground at 5 a.m. in Cairo, Egypt.